Today's kind of a big Grim Dawn day, isn't it? And believe me, I wish I could play the Necromancer right now. I wish I could have started today's stream with that. But we're just gonna have to settle for talking about it today. Hello, Moz. Welcome to the stream. Oh, the Arcanist, of course. No question. There is no doubt in my mind I think it's going to be the Spellbinder name is going to be my... Yeah, I know, right? It is indeed confirmed to be the Necromancer. I think my video for it should be up now or soon. YouTube is kind of being a bee about the processing on it, and I don't know what's going on. Yep, that is the thread link. Thank you, Yukari. Yes, that's exactly why. The only thing is I don't know if it's going to replace the Sorcerer as my favorite combo. It will. I have a feeling it's going to come really close, though. I mean, you're talking to someone whose Albrecht's Aether build spawn skeletons already. So it's a simple transfer over to that. Also, guys, this water looks amazing. I mean, how often do you actually get to stop and look at really well done water effects in a game? Yeah, that's the only thing is like, yeah, Necromancer wasn't a surprise. It's not a letdown, it's just not a surprise. See, the thing about the Necromancer, yeah, it's like, it could have been something a little more on the unique side, but, like, it's a crate Necromancer. It's a Grim Dawn Necromancer. To me, that automatically means, as a Necromancer, it's gonna be unique in and of itself. Like, look at what the Arcanist is as the Grim Dawn archetypal spellcaster. It's like, yeah, there's a Frost Nova in there, there's a Magic Missile in there, but they're Grim Dawnized. You know, yeah, I think they should have maybe done it in reverse. Because the Inquisitor is kind of different-y. Also, I will say this. Had it not been a Necromancer, there would have been complaining in the other direction, too. I guarantee you there would have been people complaining about it. If it wasn't the Necromancer. It's just that, like... It's just that, like, the Inquisitor is such a unique idea, too. Hello, Urgolf. Yep, I'm actually excited for it. Oh, yeah, that set looks awesome. Hello, Zabel. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, with that being announced, it's like the time of rampant speculation is over. Now begins the time of rampant speculation, because we have to speculate about all the abilities this class is going to have. So, part of the backstory about necromancers in the Grim Dawn world is they're searching for knowledge and stuff. So the enlightening aspect is their desire to unravel the mysteries of life and death type of thing. It's part of the reason I want to combine it with the Arcanist, is it's another type of, like, that pseudo magia science thing that happens in games like this. Narcomancers. No, I think narcomancers are searching for drugs. Sorry, I had to latch onto that typo, didn't I? It's okay. We're on the way to the Dying God. So hopefully fights like that won't take forever now. Oh, you know what? I think I can pull this point out of the crossroads, can't I? Yeah, because that's 20 and that's 18. Or 15. Excellent. I forgot I switched around some things. Soldier. Yeah, Soldier's going to be the Death Knight. Okay, I need that point, and I need that point. I don't think I can do any more respecking. Oh, we're starting into the big DPS boost here. Hello, Heathen. Welcome to the stream. And hello, J9. Welcome to the stream. Is my video on the Necromancer announcement not posted yet? Because that's annoying, actually. Let's see if it still says it's processing. Processing has started. Ding! I love YouTube. YouTube is great. There are no problems with YouTube at all. And I'm glad you're enjoying the Witchblade streams. Or VODs. So let's see. I need next. So, we got that one. Yeah, I guess we're just going into the Fields of Strife now. Oh, we'll turn the Fang in. Actually, let's go clear out the mill real quick. Because that'll just take 2 seconds. And I should really look for the... You know, we're going to do a little bit of Bloodgrove in here. One art, please. Hello, Zoidberg. Oh, what a clever impersonation of a stupid poor person. And then in the end of that episode, Zoidberg is the one that finds true happiness. With turkey dogs. Yeah, I've already been asked what I'm gonna combo my Necro with. Like, I really need to be asked that. Yes, there will be more devotion points available for characters and new constellations. I don't know what they're going to be doing with the new constellations, though. They could be just new at-level things we have now, or they might do new, like, high-end constellations. We don't know yet. Or both. Hello, Marks1 Ltex. Welcome to the stream. Welcome everyone to the stream. It's pretty nice that we jumped up to 20 viewers in 15 minutes. Yeah, I'm assuming, like, my assumption... Okay, assumption one would be they would just respec devotion for us. But if they're not doing that, if we have the same exact map, then it's just going to be new constellations, like, up and around. Like, on the sides and stuff. And they would just expand the map out. Hello, John Adal. Welcome to the stream. I'm making sure that was an L in your name. And we're going to wander around the Blood Grove looking for that rift. Yeah, they're definitely raising the cap on the points. We don't know how far to, though. How is that one guy moving around in the cage? It must have shown up as he spawned in. So, who here wants to make the Reaper combination? Dress him in all black and give him a pair of pistols. And pretend they're shotguns. Because I know I do. Hell, I might even try to race that one. As in try to get it done as fast as possible and get the build up as soon as possible. I'll call it... I think I would call it the die, die, die build, honestly. Or the in the refrigerator build. That might work too. Oh, here it is. Yeah, definitely. I definitely think Grim Dawn has some of the best character, like, depth of character class. You know it. Hell, there are tons of new build videos I need to start working on, like, now. But build videos, the only thing about build videos is they always take time. Here, let me kill these jerks over here first. Okay. Build videos always take a lot of time. That's why you don't see them as, like, a weekly thing, or even a bi-weekly thing, or like a once-a-month-ish thing. Because build videos just take a long, long time to get together. Mostly just getting the build built. Like, unless I were to heavily cheat. They did Teferi. I'm sure someone can link it. And hello. I may need to re-upload that or the announcement video if it's not gonna be friggin' posted. Thank you, Yukari. God damn it. I love when YouTube absolutely fucks up. It's the best. The only reason I'm upset, it's like a 7-minute video of just me talking, but it's like I rushed home to do it. Like, rushed home, rushed the edit, and I was like, I'm gonna get this out right now, and it's like, now YouTube isn't posting it because it's dumb. And it's like if I'm streaming, I can't really upload it now. But I can talk about it right now. This will probably be in a VOD. Oh, thank you for the follow, oh, Marks1. So, they showed off a couple abilities, as they are wont to do when they announce new classes. We have raised skeletons. It's pretty obvious. You raise skeletons, they live for a short period of time and then die. And then killing enemies can help reset the cooldown on the ability. Which is the unique part, I think. Because we'll have this ability where the cooldown... Like, that's actually kind of unique to Grim Dawn, where the cooldown can help you cast it more. But it'll also add on more, like, types of skeletons randomly. Healers. Well, the best way that people have kind of put together is to have daily content. Daily content that's about 10 minutes long. You can sometimes get away with longer. So, like, I just posted, like, a 4-hour Monster Hunter stream, and it's like, that's not going to get a lot of watch time. Because I think in the algorithm, likes and comments don't actually matter. I mean, they'll help a little bit because it's interaction, but the biggest indicator of video success is watch time. It's not view count, it's just watch time. So if you have a video that has a lot of views but people only watch like a minute of the 10 minutes, it wouldn't be considered a good video. I can't get to that guy unless he's like in this little niche right here. That guy took a tumble off the cliff. How awesome is that? I'm not fighting Mogdragon even on Elite. That guy's dead down there, right? Okay, yeah, it's a corpse that went over the edge. I saw a guy go over the edge and I thought I saw the red outline down there and I'm like, huh. Yeah, we have to push this guy through Elite anyways. It's just I'm collecting all the the quests and crap for him to get him as close to 70 as I can. And you know, you want as many devotion points as you can get to. No, never mind. We don't need to talk to this jerk. The other ability they mentioned was called Necrotic Edge, which is either going to be something along the lines of a Fire Strike or a Flame Touch / a Scoundrel's Elemental Exchange. Sounds like it's for Cold Vitality, and maybe they throw Aether in there. And then, what was the other ability? Essence Drain. They have an Essence Drain. Now, the pose for Essence Drain is the Albrecht's Aether Ray pose, so it might be a channeled ability. Who knows? Or it could just be you put your hand out and it goes. So now we'll enter the Necropolis. Yeah, I really like Drain Essence. Yes, Ryu side, they do. They're in... Here, I will copy the link. I'll occasionally post a link. Because, my damn YouTube video's stuck in a processing lock for whatever reason. I mentioned them in there. Yeah, Apostate, Kabbalist, Death Knight, Defiler, Reaper, Ritualist, and Spellbinder. I think Death Knight's the most obvious one. That's going to be the Soldier. And we know the Ritualist is going to be the Inquisitor because they mentioned that class in the preview for the Inquisitor. And then it gets a little gray from there on, but I think it's pretty obvious that the Reaper is going to be the Nightblade combo. Spellbinder is going to be the Arcanist combo. And I think that's an interesting one because they're the Spellbinder, and then you combine an Arcanist with a Nightblade and you get the Spellbreaker. And I'm leaning on Defiler going to Shaman, because you're now defiling nature with your Necromancy. Kabbalist is probably your Occultist combo. And then Apostate is the Demolitionist. If that makes sense. Hey, the Glio. Welcome to the stream. About a half hour ago. You didn't miss much. We are in the rampant speculation about the Necromancer phase still. And probably will be all night, actually. And like I said, the Reaper being the Nightblade one, I can already see dual-wielding pistols dressing the character in black. He just needs a spin to win move, then. See, I'm wondering a similar thing because I have my sorcerer, And Sorcerer's my favorite combination in the game. And I'm wondering if... I am actually wondering if the Necro Arcanist is going to switch it out. Yeah, we need a pumpkin head. We need a pumpkin head or a crow mask. Incidentally, I think a Plague Doctor mask, crow mask, would look really cool on a Grim Dawn character. Why is like my mustache like tickling my nose? There's like one hair that's sticking up or something. Oh, yeah, Eyes of the Reaper. Yeah, Eyes of the Reaper might actually be a an item for that class combo now. You could also do, like, I think the Necromancer's Death Grips are probably going to be switched over to a different class combo. Yeah, a Plague Doctor mask, a Plague Doctor set would be really awesome. Yeah, too bad none of the devs show up in my stream. I could give them all these cool ideas. Which era of the comic book? Because if it's like the late '90s, early 2000s one, that's a little different from Grim Dawn's style.
I can't do that yet.
That's actually what I thought of when I saw there was a Witchblade in this game as a class. I'm like, huh, that's kind of funny. How do I have so much healing? I have a good chunk of health regen, and everything I'm doing like right now is like heavily life stealing. Like I can even put sacrifice on and still steal a lot of health. Yeah, I think the 75 legendaries are gonna do fine. Like you have level 50 legendaries that still do fine at 75, and I think they'll still do fine at even 100 because, like, Grim Dawn is more made is more based around like your abilities in your trees more than anything else. Like, your gear counts for a lot, but you aren't your gear in this game. It's not like Diablo 3. Yeah, so I have the attack damage converted to health on that. And that's a big part of it. Like, I actually have a lot of lifesteal, if I recall correctly. 11%. So, actually, that's my only lifesteal right now. But it's that combined with 200 health regen. 270 health regen. And then some good armor and defensive ability. I just need my character's offensive ability to be boosted up, but we're actually going to be... Like, that's actually going to be something that's only going to come a little later when we get better gearing in.
That skill's not ready.
And actually, we're probably going to cross the 300 mark on our health regen. Oh, right, and I have the Tree of Life constellation. So you see these double procs here? I have Dryad's Blessing and Healing Rain happening. I purposely started this character very, very tanky. Because the more you start a character being tanky, the less you have to worry about it later on. Yeah, Dryad's Blessing to heal. It's on his main attack right now. So he's like healing himself essentially every 5 seconds. Hello, Sim Pumbaa, welcome to the stream. And then every 10 seconds here. He does a healing rain. So he basically is healing and life-stealing like crazy. And the reason we're healing and life-stealing like crazy is because we're eventually going to be running the Dying God as our like big DPS boost. Oh yeah? Wait, which stream did I mention the warder? Hello, Shrine. Yeah, Dying God. So there's a devotion skill, or a devotion constellation called the Dying God. And it has a skill called the Hungering Void. And when this activates... God, that's what you get. And when it activates, you get a giant DPS boost. But... if you look, it says 140 health cost per second. So it takes away from your health to give you an attack boost. Nice. Yeah, I've heard it's actually kind of crazy if you focus on lightning and electrocute. Lifesteal builds, they've actually nerfed lifesteal a lot in this game. But the whole thing about, like, I don't think they should nerf it any more than they already have, because lifesteal builds, there's, like, only a couple that are actually, like, heavy on lifesteal. It's mostly used by tanky characters to sustain. And yeah, it can be abused, but if they take it out, like, they take out one of the main ways tanks can tank. And for like, Nightblades... that's one of the ways you survive as a Nightblade. It's like you don't have to run it, but if you run even 10% lifesteal, like you're totally fine with the rest of your defenses. Because it's also not the only defense you run. The nerfs they did more recently were actually to kind of dissuade people from doing just lifesteal as a defense. But yeah, oh, thank you for the follow, Chase. Welcome to the stream, and enjoy yourself. So yeah, lifesteal. It's been nerfed a bit lately. I think it's at a fine place right now. I mean, they can maybe tone it down just a tiny bit more, but if they do it too much, it becomes too big a nerf for what it is. Yeah, retaliation is really strong, but it's really boring. Like, I have a build I intended to actually pull into Ultimate, like, back in October that was retaliation based, and it's so boring. It's worse than a pet build. Because at least with a pet build, you kind of gotta manage some buffs here and there. And there are devotion abilities that require you to attack to get the buffs for your pets. Retaliate builds, yeah, you're going to sit there just swinging your weapon. Like, this even is a little boring to me, like running through and just swinging my weapon with Blade Arc. But at least I have abilities I can use beyond it that are actually strong. And I have a rotation, so it's not that boring. I mean, I do prefer full casters, though. Because you get a lot more abilities to play with, usually. Like, retaliation... back in early access, it was really funny to build it. Like, it was a gimmick more than anything, because you could build it and it was like there was a set for it, but if you combine that set together with just other pieces of gear, you could have retaliation where enemies would walk up to you, try to hit you, and kill themselves. And you can still do that. It's just that it's really boring compared to all the other builds in the game. Like, I enjoyed it as a gimmick. As a serious build, I'm not big on it, honestly. Like, getting it in there, though, is fine. Like, I think I have Counter-Strike on this guy. Yeah, I have Counter-Strike on this guy. And it's like... For him, it's totally fine. Because he... Because, you know, it's a one-pointer and he gets that little Counter-Strike hit. Which is pretty... okay. I would never base him around that, though. You've made the right decision, Shrine. That is my favorite class combination. Yep. The only thing it's not invulnerable to is boredom. However, if you want to take a nap while you play Grim Dawn, it's perfect. Oh, the door is on the other side. So we need a frozen heart for this. Wait, do I have one? No. Thank you for the follow. Is that Night Slotted or Night's Lotted? Welcome to the stream. So the thing about Ulzin's Wrath is that only affects your bombs and stun jacks. Just if you're using it thinking it's a buff for other stuff, it's not. Just keep that in mind. However, if you're using an Elementalist with the bombs, it's totally fine. Hello, Sirach. I am. We've been talking about it. Man, someone has neon green text in the chat, and I can't read their name. XE23K43L. Man, I love when Twitch randomly puts neon green text in there. Thank you. Grim Dawn actually does have a pretty good community. It's very like there are some jerks in it, but for the most part, it's a good community. Like example, by example, this jerk. I'll probably just say Night. Oh yeah, there's a capital letter in there. Night Slotted. Thank you for the follow, Warwick. Welcome to the stream. Let's see. I don't need any of those. Oh, yeah, that's much better. Thank you. Thank you, XE. Hello, Diem. Yeah, so Sirach, I'm pretty excited to do the Arcanist combo, honestly. It might... Like, I have to see what the Necromancer is actually going to have in it for its full class, but... a Necrotic Beam is definitely in my near future. I hear that, Moz. It's a lot harder when you have to do build videos for that character, too. I am definitely more interested in the Necromancer. To the point... See, I was initially going to do a Necromancer Inquisitor for the expansion playthrough. But I think I'm going to have to do... I think it's going to be Spellbinder. We'll just say Spellbinder for the time being. I think Spellbinder's probably going to have to be my go-to on that. Whoa there, chat. Okay. Yeah, that's generally how a warder goes sometimes. You're going to just sit there, like, spamming your main attack and then Sacred Strikes with Primal Strikes. You will deal a lot of damage with that, though. Sacred Strike combined with Elemental attacks is awesome. I'm fine with the ragdolls. I'm not gonna start an argument over like ragdolls though. Like if people don't like it, it's fine. I don't remember if there's a way you can turn it down either. Well, it's 64 class combinations if you count basic classes. Technically, it's 76, right? Because it's 8. Unless I'm counting wrong in my brain with math. I might have just done the wrong math in my head actually, but yeah, it's we have a lot of class combinations going on. I think that there's always synergy between classes in some way. I think because they mentioned cold is going to be a factor in the Necromancer, and the Inquisitor is going to be all 3 elemental damage types. I do think you could do cold between the 2 of them, and even if not, you'll find something else in there. And, yeah, I don't... Like, the whole thing about single classes is I don't think you can do them past a certain point. At least not comfortably. The expansion will cost money unless you, did, like, the Loyalist pack or one of the higher-end Kickstarter things. Yeah, it is a little goofy to hit someone, like, a one-hand sword swing and have the body go... tumbling into the distance. I can see an argument for that. But yeah, if I said, oh, I didn't like this aspect of the game that's like aesthetic, and someone started arguing with me, I'd be a little peeved off, honestly. Oh, I've heard about single classing soldier. To me, that just sounds boring, though, given what the soldier is. Yeah, Demolitionist Inquisitor, I think is gonna be the natural combination for the Inquisitor, because the Demolitionist is already like a trap-based, heavy on the guns type of guy, or at least that's what it's turned into, is the heavy on the guns type of guy. I could definitely see it combining with the Inquisitor really, really well. In fact, that's actually kind of a worry people have, is the Inquisitor being too close to what the Demolitionist is. So Inquisitors are independent. They're technically Black Legion, but because Kaiman was an Inquisitor, I think that's why they went with that class next to the Necromancer, which is obviously Order of Death's Vigil. Oh, this guy's gonna take a long time to kill. Okay, let's catch up with this chat. Yeah, in the lore, Inquisitors were part of the Black Legion, or maybe they were their own organization independent of it. But I'd have to actually re-look up the lore on the Inquisitor. Because I think they're independent of the Black Legion, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, because Creed is not, I think, not Black Legion. I have to read his lore again. Strange mythic pseudo-god. That's not... maybe not a god. Spoiler alert. Well, they see themselves as the good guys. I'm sure there are plenty of people... I'm sure there are plenty of people who would not view them as the good guys. But yeah, I think because you know, Kaiman was an Inquisitor, that's why. I mean, also it's a cool class too. And of course the Necromancer for those guys. I mean, not that, of course, the Inquisitor or the Necromancer have to be associated with the factions. Wait. What the hell are you doing here? That's creepy. That he's here now. I don't ever remember seeing Malkadur standing there. Yeah, Creed, there's nowhere else for him to go. So he has to help the Black Legion. Broken Sword, I think that's a attack down. Oh, that also might be Night's Chill and its associated style effects. Because this symbol is the, I think it's the resistance lowering symbol. Some form of defense lowering is the little shield. I actually don't know the exact symbols. They're there. They're indicators that something is happening to the enemy.
That skill's not ready.
Man, we are not getting the good rolls on these wagons. Oh, you're fine, Bloody. Hell, I'm a native English speaker and I don't even get it right sometimes. Much to my chagrin when I look at YouTube comments sometimes. Oh, yeah, that's the thing. Like, also, I have a preponderance of European viewership. I think Germany, what was it? I checked it the other day when we were streaming Monster Hunter. English is a second language. I have something like 30% USA, 10% Germany. Now, I swear I didn't see the star for it right here when I checked. Maybe I just missed it. Finland doesn't exist as a country. Finland's a myth. Statistically speaking. Also, that's a meme. I'm not trying to be offensive. Yep, Ryu. That's exactly what I'd go for a lightning character. Hey, Mr. Zoro. I am. Thank you. Oh, right. It's like 30% USA. It's like 10% German. 6% UK, I think. Let me go check. Let me refresh my YouTube page to see if my video is processed. It has not. YouTube can go below me. Traffic sources I think I looked at. No, demographics. And then we go to geography. So here's the number. 30% is United States. 11% from Germany. 6.5% from the United Kingdom. 5% from Sweden. 3% from Canada. 3% from Netherlands. 2.5% from France. 2.5% from Australia. And then it's a bunch of 2% and 1% down through most of Eastern Europe, some Western Europe, and then like Scandinavia, Russia. I even got some Brazil in there too. But yeah, America is only 30% of my viewer base. You know, I didn't really look at the comments. See, now, if there are people who are salty over the Necromancer, then they shouldn't have gotten their hopes up. I'm just going to come out and say it. I'm assuming it's people that are like, oh, I can't believe they did something so, it's been done before, why is it anything new, is my assumption of the salt. And my view, even if I sound a little bit like a jerk for it, is, well, you should have gotten your hopes up for something else. Yeah, it's like it's gonna be a crate Necromancer. That's the thing. Like, I don't remember a whole lot of complaining when the Arcanist came out, even though that's a spellcaster. Like, that's as traditional a spellcaster as you can get. It has like Frost Nova and Magic Missile. It's just that it's Crate's version of those things. They're Grim Dawn versions of a Frost Nova and a Magic Missile. Welcome, Corbin. You have only missed me wandering around Elite, leveling up, and talking about the Necromancer. Yeah, also, go play something else if you don't like it. Yeah, Corbin, that was announced today. Apparently some people are salty over it. And see, the one thing I would have liked, actually, Exy is a fighting character. I hope maybe if they do another expansion on top of this one, they'll do another fighting character. Something along the lines of a fighter, if you get my meaning. Like, not a rogue, because we got a rogue. Like another character that's all about melee combat, like the soldier, but done a little different. But you know what? I'm totally fine with the Necromancer. I'm not complaining at all about that. Like, that's a class I've wanted in this game for a while. Yeah, the Shaman's also an archetypal fighting character, too. Even though it's sort of a warrior mage. Also, if I were doing a game myself, even if it were set in like a futuristic setting, I would probably still have an archetypal Necromancer style class. Because I do really like Necromancers. I don't actually... I'm going to put that in my stash. I don't remember if I have one of those. I'm almost certain I do. Wait, what was that thing? Yeah, the only problem if I get something rolled well, I can't really keep it around because it's like level 50 gear. That I might want to use. Nah. Actually, I won't. Thank you for the follow, Zafar21. Welcome to the stream. See, and the other thing is, like, yeah, the shaman... I think the shaman came out of nowhere. But yeah, it's like, it is an archetypal fighting character, too. It's just it has that nature-y aspect to it. Also, there are people who are, like, I did see one comment that said they wanted a ranger, and I'm like, you got one. What do you think the Inquisitor shaman is? That's a ranger right there. I mean, the shaman is practically a ranger on its own. I think that the biggest... So, if the pets the Necro has are going to be pet-based, you know, pet skills-based, which they probably are, the biggest thing that's going to help is Bonds Bismeal and Manipulation. Because they could be pet-based, or if they're player bonus-based and they're more hybridized, then it's going to be less about combining with the Occultist to do a pet build. Not that I would actually do it, but... You know, Maz, you can play a mad scientist character already. It's called the Sorcerer. And you also have to remember that some things can be covered by other stuff. So like a witch, to me, the Occultist is already a witch. And Yukari mentions the spirit guide, and I'm thinking that's kind of... I could see a spiritualist in here, but... Actually, no, I could see a spiritualist. I was going to say it's a little like a shaman, but it's not. I would really love a teleport and a tumble. But the problem is, I think they've actually mentioned that they don't want to do that, or they can't do that reliably. It requires a thing to click on to do those abilities, which is why they don't have that. I'd be fine if they did their take on a monk. That'd be fun too. Yeah, that's sort of the problem with an engineer, is the demo kind of gets that. Oh, we're close. We are close. Yep, I think that's all my devotion shrines I can get right now, too. I don't think they're going to do new weapon types. I'd like them to do new weapon types, though, because they did in, I think Titan Quest had spears and stabs, so they could pull that in the Grim Dawn. Because they actually put in for modders, they put in the stuff that you could do to put spears and stabs in. So I think they could potentially put spears and stabs in the game. I don't actually think there's an unarmed attack. Oh, there is. I've never actually done that before. It's kind of funny to watch, actually. To me, it's just punching with one hand, and then there's the occasional, bitch slap animation. That is... Yeah, you could totally do a monk. Just put fist weapons in the game. Yeah, actually, I don't think you would end up with a monk. It wouldn't have a monk theme. It would be something like Pit Fighter, like what Yukari says. Because you got to remember, we're in Grim Dawn. So you got to go a little like rough with it.